Tombow is going to self-clean and get rid of the blue, but it's also going to mix it pretty nicely. So, again, see how that works? Pretty nifty.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about blending Tombow markers. A lot of you have commented on the other video asking about the mysterious clear marker and how you kind of get an ombre effect with the Tombow markers. Let's get started. So every pack of Tombow markers that you buy comes with one of these. It's clear, it's mysterious, but it's awesome. Let me show you how it works. One thing you should know before we get started is Tombows are self-cleaning. So if you have a yellow marker that you mix with blue, it gets blue on it, that's okay. You just keep drawing with it on a scrap piece of paper and the marker will clean itself. How awesome is that? It's important to use good paper when you're doing this as well because you're gonna be putting a lot of ink on your paper, so you don't want it to kind of pill and bleed. If you go to my last video, it did that. I was using crappy paper. Typically, Bristol board is a really awesome tool for this. It can be bought at any craft store. Amazon has it, I'm sure. I'll put some links down below. But it's like a thicker, almost cardstock-like, and it's got a very smooth feel to it, so there's no tooth. There are two ways to blend Tombow markers, so I'm gonna walk you through both of them. I'm sure some people prefer one over the other. I'll let you decide what is your favorite. So the first step is gonna be to pick some light colors. Technically, you don't have to. You could get really crazy and mix, I don't know, blue with red. You could do that. But for today's lessons, we're gonna do kind of a gradient look. So let's pick, we'll pick this darker pink and this light pink. All right, so it's important to start with the lighter color first. So I'm just gonna do examples here. We're not necessarily gonna make anything right now. So you wanna put your lighter color down and then on top of that or right next to your darker color. See, there's a good variance there. Now you take your clear marker, remember this guy? And you just go over where they meet. And see how the colors nicely blend together? You can just kind of keep going over it until you like it. And you can keep going. This clear marker picks up some of the ink. So if you wanted it to go all the way to light, you absolutely could do that. It's important to do it quickly while the ink is still wet. So this next method, I'm not sure that it would be Tombow approved, but a lot of times you can buy a blending pad is what it's called, I think, from Tombow itself. The whole point is that you use one marker to pick up the ink from another. Well, I just had this laying around my house and I decided to try it and I think it works just as well. So save yourself the trip. Here's a Ziploc. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so again, pick your two colors. This time I am gonna get a little bit crazy and I'm gonna do these two. So basically, like I said, Tombow markers are self-cleaning. So whatever I put down first here, I'm gonna put down the blue first and just kind of scribble on this Ziploc. No particular method here. You see how the Ziploc is holding ink? It's a little bit hard to see. And then I'm gonna take this pink marker and just go over that. Very Lisa Frank, that's nice. So basically what's happening is you see the tip. So the tip of the marker used to be pink and now it's blue. So as I draw, the Tombow is gonna self-clean and get rid of the blue, but it's also gonna mix it pretty nicely. So again, see how that works? Pretty nifty. Cool. Well, all of that can be used for illustration, for drawings, what have you. But we're in the lettering lesson, so how does this all apply to lettering and how do we use it within our words? Let me show you. Okay, so I'm really liking this blue and red mixture, so I'm gonna do it again. So here's my blue, and here's my red. Okay, let's write mix. So you're gonna just do the same thing. Up is thin, down is thick, up is thin, down is thick, up is thin, down is thick. See how cool this is? That the it kind of gives a dimension to the letters. The outer edges are definitely darker than the inner edges. And as I go through the word, I'm starting to lose more and more of my blue ink. So you can absolutely keep adding if you wanted it to be consistent throughout. I think it's kind of cool that it has a varied look though. Mix it up. All right, so how do we mix with the clear marker? Well, we're gonna use yellow and orange for this one. Again, the yellow's a really light marker, so I always like to kind of draw, make sure it's clean and there's no other colors in it. Looks like we're good. So I'm gonna do my whole word with this yellow marker. Let's write, well crap, we'll just write yellow. And maybe I would write like half of it, just to make sure the ink stays semi-wet. That's a personal preference. It's totally up to you once you do some practice with this. Okay, now I want the bottom of these to be orange. So I'm gonna, I did a little bit of this in the last video. You guys liked it, so that's how we would do that. So just kind of pick a line within your letters that the, excuse me, that the orange would come up to, so that's like semi-even, good enough. And here's where you take in your clear marker, which as you can see is kind of dirty, so definitely want to clean that off first on a scrap piece of paper. And then you just kind of bring this in and go over the rest of your letters. And you definitely want to do this so that it looks even and intentional. If you just kind of do this, then it looks very haphazard. So a lot of times I end up going around the whole rest of the letter form to kind of spread that coloring equally. Okay, so now let's keep going. So and as you can see, we have a nice gradient in our letters then. So that's it. It's really that easy, mixing Tombow markers. Thank you so much to those of you that have been commenting below. It's been super helpful as to letting me know what you're wanting to learn, where I'm falling short, all of that. Next time, we're gonna go over baselines and how you get the bounce effect, as one of you has asked for. How you can keep all of your letters on one baseline, or you can mix it up with the ascenders and descenders to give it kind of a fun, really organic hand lettering look. Again, subscribe below, let me know any questions or comments you have, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.